special guest who will be teaching us, who will be telling us a lot about urban agriculture. And I believe we are all here to glean from everything that she will be telling us today. So, but before we welcome our special guest, I would like to hand over the mic to my colleague, a very special person who embodies the soul and the heart of Africa World Initiative. So please join me to welcome Miss Rebecca Amaho. Over to you, ma. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Saba. Good morning, everyone. I hope you are very excited as I am today. Please let me see your reactions if you are very excited in the house today. This is a very wonderful day, I must say to you. This is a very special session. So we are very excited to have you all. I appreciate you, amazing entrepreneurs, amazing young people who are creating change across the value chain in Nigeria and across Africa. You are very much welcome to the meeting this morning. And I also want to appreciate all my colleagues on the session, Sabah, Mr. Paul, Kamal, and many of you wonderful young people doing a lot of things there in the background. You are well appreciated, my people. Thank you so, so much. So Sabal has said a lot already. As she said, my name is Rebecca Mo. I am one of the directors at Africa Wealth Initiative. So basically, our focus is to ensure that young people are empowered for what they need to build thriving and sustainable agribusinesses. Yes, like we said, you know, there has always been the issue of no support in the ecosystem. But right now is a good time to be in the agricultural sector because there are a lot of support, apart from the knowledge that a lot of people are now turning on the table. We have gone through so much that we are now giving to you young people so that you don't have to go through the stress that we went through, so that you have all that you need to grow and to thrive. So we have all that and all the support in area of finance platform are there. But we need our youth also. We need you to show responsibility. We need you to go through. We know that you have a lot of things calling for your attention, but we need you to follow through whatever you put your hands in. And so we believe in you. So today we have a very special guest with us. I call her the urban agriculture goddess herself. So I'll be opening a platform for her today to be sharing with us how that we do not have excuses for being, you know, food insecure, whether in Nigeria or across Africa. In as much as you have a space where you are staying, you can grow food. And thank God we have a lot of you young people here who can innovate on this that you'll be sharing. There's the question of space is no longer a limiting factor. You can grow food in as many mediums much as possible. Please, Ma, are you with us? Can I see? Are you already with us?
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning. So we
I
are
like the
very
title that you gave me. Urban agriculture.
yes, the urban agriculture goddess herself. You know, when we started reviewing your profile, I was amazed at your tenacity, at your continuity over these years, trying to navigate all the challenges to ensure that you can become a beacon of hope to young people. You can show that these things are possible if we set our mind to it, that we can really be food secure and have food sovereignty. We don't have to wait for the government. We don't have to complain. Every one of us had to put our hands on the deck and make things possible. So you are very much welcome, Ma. I will allow you to do all the justice to your introduction, man. I cannot introduce you more, the goddess of urban farming. Please, over to you, man. Thank you so much. So over to you, Ma. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yes. Good
Yes,
morning,
ma'am.
everyone. I'm so excited to be here this morning. And first of all, I want to say thank you to Rebecca. Thank you so much, Rebecca, for bringing me here. I want to say thank you to your team too. You are doing well. I'm so excited about your work too. Cecilia Wedu, I can't get to write. I think I thank you. Well done, well done. And all the people in the house, I greet you good morning, and I wish all of us happy independence. Nigeria will favor us. No matter what is going on, Nigeria will favor me. Better say it to yourself. Okay, I believe that you can all hear me. My name is Olatoye. I live in Ibadan, also live in Akure. I'm a Southwest person. I live in the Southwest. Don't let me say Ibadan, I live in the Southwest. So this morning we're just going to discuss. I have a slide that we are going to follow. But apart from following the slide, I will permit the house to allow me to just speak from my heart. And I know that as I speak from my heart, okay, thank you, Rebecca, thank you. So I want to say that the food system, our food system, is simply telling the life story of your food, life story of your food, life story of your breakfast, life story of your lunch, life story of your dinner. When we were growing up, I grew up in the city, so I didn't have so much information about. I grew up in the city, and I've never thought in my life that I would be involved in food production. I thought when you finish from school, you go and work in the bank. When you work in the bank, you do this. So I've never thought I would be involved in food production. So you can see that the food system has gradually shifted from what we have way back in maybe 40 years ago. 40 years ago, the food system is not the same as what we have now. What is the food system? Food system is all the activities involved in production, processing, from the farm to the table, and what happens to the waste. 40 or 30 years ago, our food system, our food production starts in the rural community. It starts there. It starts there. I can't remember whether I've ever grown things when we were growing up. Of course, we had little things that were growing, but majority of the food activities started in the rural community. So all our food used to travel. All our food used to travel hundreds of kilometers. And but right now, a lot of things have happened. Can see that the definition, if maybe 40 years ago, our own definition of food system will not be it's going to be different from what we are going to define food system to be today. So as an urban agriculturist, my focus will always be on urban agriculture, because I've been in the two worlds. I've been in the commercial where I have a big farm and I have a small farm. I've been there and I've been able to weigh the two, and I know that I'm more comfortable with the farm around me. And I'm not saying that having a big farm is wrong, or having a farm that is far away from me is wrong. But what I'm saying is, let's compare the two. And I want you to know that agriculture is a business, it's not an activity. You can be doing activity and not getting money. So you're just doing activities. But if you see it as a business, you sit down and look at what is good for you. What can give me the money that I'm looking for? I started my journey from Ebute Metta, Lagos. Some of us from Lagos, we are familiar with Ebute Metta. In Ebute Metta, there's no space in Ebute Metta. After my master's degree in University of Lagos, I decided, I already told myself before going for master's that anything I do for master's, I'm going to implement it. I'm not going to put my thesis on the shelf, because that's what most of us do. When we do our thesis, we just put it on the shelf and walk away and go and do something else. So I made up my mind, everything I do for my thesis, I'm going to implement it. So I worked on market garden in Lagos State. I collected my data from the Awusas planting at Festac Axis. I worked some farmers at Bejuleki, some farmers at Alimosho. And I was surprised that they were farming in the city, and the data I collected was mind-blowing. I saw their income, I saw their yield, I saw their activities. When I was collecting my data at the Festac, I would go as early as 5 a.m. to sit with the Awusas till 6 p.m. They don't leave the place. The buyers come to buy from them. All they do is to take care of the vegetables and sit down under the tree waiting for buyers. And buyers come 4 times in a day. So when I saw that, I saw the income they were getting. That was 1997. And I even asked them, how much is your income per day? They said 2,000 in 1997. And they lied to me because they felt that, hey, this madam is from Ministry of Agriculture. If you tell her that we are making 10,000, and they'll come and chase us away. So, but the 2,000 was a lot of money to me then. And I sat down and said, I think there's sense in what these people are doing. If these people are cultivating and making money from this little space, then there's something to look about, something to project from what they are doing. So when I dropped my thesis, I made up my mind, I'm going to start a campaign on urban agriculture. I'm going to teach city people to grow food for consumption and for income. So this morning, I'm going to just go through the definition of urban food system and see how we can grow our food and also make money from the city. No, when the Fulani people were disturbing the farmers, I just told some of my farmers friends, I said, the same thing that you are doing, look at the business around it and come back home and do it. When it comes to wealth creation is not about you making money all the time. It might be about you saving money. It might be about you diversifying. I always tell people every crop has more than 10 businesses within that crop. Ewedu has more than 10 businesses within Ewedu. Okra has more than 10 businesses within okra. So sit down and say, what's the cash cow in what I'm doing? And I that's what I want us to achieve today. I don't want us to just go away with stories. I'm excited. No, start doing something. Your prosperity is also my prosperity. If we are looking for grant today, we can decide to pull up a fund and fund people. It depends on what we are doing. So your prosperity, my prosperity is important. Everybody's prosperity on this platform is important to me. My own prosperity is also important to me because I know what we can do when we are passionate about something, and when we have money, then we will be able to help other people. So let's go to this slide. The future of food system revealed. I like that, revealed. Yes. And I want you to start thinking, shift your mind from I have to have one big farm. Big farm, fine. Please, big farm is good. I'm working towards a bigger farm, so it's good. But what I'm saying is, shift your mind a bit. Just shift it and say, okay, I live in the city. What can I do in the city? So the next slide, my next slide is definition of what an urban food system is. Like I said before, urban food system is just the life story of life history of the food you are eating. Where is it coming from? Who is planting it? All the activities involved, production, processing, and consumption, they are just there. So an urban food system is the entire process of how food is produced, processed, distributed, consumed, and managed within cities and towns. It ensures that urban residents have healthy, affordable, sustainable food while also creating business and job opportunities. Please, I don't want us to throw away the job, creating business and job opportunities. And I'm going to be chipping in my story of how I'm earning from my activities in my house. So that's the definition. You can see inside the definition, we have like 2 P's, 1 D, C, and W. There are 5 stages of urban food system. We have processing, production, sorry. The first thing is you plant your seed. So the journey of the food on your table starts with seeds. So don't let us get afraid when people are talking about GMO. Yes, there's GMO. Yes. But there's no way you can stop GMO except we also produce our seeds. So when I'm planting my ewedu, I don't just plant ewedu. I plant ewedu for leaves, and I also plant ewedu for seeds. There's no seeds that I plant that I don't also plant for seeds. So production is the first stage of food system. The second one is processing. The third one is distribution. The fourth one is consumption. And the fourth one is waste management. Where are you? I wish we can do a quiz. Where are you in these stages? Production. Okay, let me say this. Let me ask this. 20 years ago, where were you? 20 years ago, oh no, let me say 25 years. 25 years ago, I'm under the sea, consumption. You only buy food and eat. Nah. Please, can you mute yourself? Mr. Moronkumbi. Okay, thank you, sir. So the 5 stages, just take it. Where am I? Am I a producer? Am I a processor? Am I in the distribution chain? Am I a am I a person that's also only consuming? Am I in the waste management sector? So you can see and I want to say that all the activities involved in urban food system, there's money inside it. It's even money. It's not that there's money, it's money. So let's look at the 5 stages. The stage one of urban food system is urban food production. Yes. If you can eat, you must produce your food. Though. You must raise some. You might not be able to raise everything. You might not be able to produce everything, but you must produce some. Like I have a friend in Lekki. He said to me, I don't have all the urban agriculture that you're doing. I like it. I enjoy it, but I don't have time. But I know that I can grow one plant. I know I can grow one thing. And I said, okay, what would you like to grow? He said he has health challenge and he likes to take king of bitters regularly. I said, okay, so your own urban farm will be king of bitter farm. And that's what my friend is growing. He has a very big pot in his house and is growing king of bitters. He's taking it every day. His health is improved, is being improved as he's taking it. And his friends will always come to the house and he will tell them all the health benefits of king of bitters, and they will always go home with 1 or 2 stands. So when it comes to food production, doesn't mean you have to grow everything. Grow what you can manage, grow what you can earn from, grow what is okay for you. And I want to say that there's nothing like there's no space. Everybody has space. So if you don't have land, you have space. Land and space is not the same. Your space might be on the roof, your space might be on the wall, your space might be your balcony. So some of us, we have land, and some of us, we have both. You have land, you have space. Some have space, they don't have land. When I say land, you all in your compound, everywhere is concrete, there's nowhere to plant, but you have wall. Please plant on the wall. Even on the concrete, plant in containers. They are with container gardens. I started container gardens 2003. I was planting my potato, my tomato, my ewedu inside tire in Ebute Meta. I didn't even know that container gardens will become the real thing now. I just realized that I was harvesting ewedu, I was harvesting okra, I was harvesting pepper. And I said, okay, if I'm doing it, then other people can do it. I started talking about it. I had a small snail pen in my compound. I collected fingerlings from oceanography. I actually went there with my small bucket and I said, I want to buy 1,000 fingerlings. And the man said, where do you want to put it? I said, I want to put it in this bucket. And the man was like, have you done it? I said, I've not done it before. I don't even know anything. I just know that when we were growing up, we used to watch film. And I know that fish like earthworm. He said, what are you going to be giving them? I said, I'll be giving them earthworm. He said, where will you get earthworm? I said, I will get it in my compound. And the man started laughing. He said, okay, Mama, sit down, please. We'll give you 30 fingerlings. We will not, don't pay for it. Get a big, he just gave me tips on how to start. So I went home with the 30 fingerlings and I bought a bigger bath and I put the fish there. And I didn't know I was giving them crayfish. I didn't know when it rains, I'll be so happy. I would jump outside. That time it was only me and my husband. I didn't have children, so I would jump outside in the rain. I would be looking for earthworm, and I would give them earthworm, and they were eating it. I would go to Onigbo market. I buy crayfish. I would give them. At the end of the day, I was able to harvest 8 that we ate, that we cooked as pepper soup. So when I saw that, I said, okay, if I can do this, then everybody can do. So I started the advocacy. I was telling everybody, you must grow your food. So the first stage of urban food system is urban food production. And I'm going to also link it to an initiative that started after COVID that is called Obe Garden. Obe Garden is when you cook almost all the ingredients that you need for food. I realized in Africa that Obe is core to our meal. I hope I'm connecting. When we're growing up, my parents would say, is there food in the house? Is there soup in the house? When there is soup, everybody believes that there is food. When there is no soup, there's no soup, that means there's no food. So I now realize that Obe is core to our meal. So if Obe is core to our meal, then we need to do something about the Obe. Because Obe will give a woman peace of mind. If somebody is coming to visit me now, say, I told me we're in a toll gate, or we are close to your house, we're coming to visit. The first thing that will come to my head, do I have soup in the house? So that we're able to give them food. So once I have food in there, I say, oh yeah, yeah, be coming. But if there's no food, hey, why didn't you tell me that you're coming now? And you begin to make excuses. So Obe garden will give you peace of mind. What is Obe garden? Obe garden is you cooking majority of the ingredients that you need to cook your soup. So when you have Obe garden, you have peace of mind. What's going on? Hello? Okay. Please, can you hear me? I think there's I need to plug my phone.
Yes, we can hear you, man.
Okay. So Obe garden is you growing all the ingredients, majority of the ingredient that you need to cook your soup. So what are the ingredients do I need to cook my soup? You need your ewedu, you need your tomato, you need blah blah. Just list it. Make a list of all the things that you need to cook your soup and see how you can start it. So the food system starts from you. Nobody will bring food for you again. Oh. Nigeria has shifted. Oh. Nigeria has changed. Oh. If you want to be happy, if you want to be healthy, if you want to control what you eat, then you need to grow some of your own food. Even if you can't grow everything, grow some. And when I say food is anything that add nutrients to your body, that gives you the natural nutrient that your body needs. So I'm not asking you to go and grow spaghetti. I'm not asking you to go and grow indomie. Grow your food, and when you grow your food, you will be comfortable that you are eating healthy food. You know, we have this slang that says food is your medicine, and I tell people if your food is not natural, it can never be your medicine. So natural food is your medicine because all the nutrient that your body needs is in that food. So you can take it as your medicine. So your Obe garden is like your pharmacy. I call it backyard pharmacy. So when I grow all the vegetables that I need that will give my body all the nutrients, I'm also creating a backyard pharmacy. So Obe garden is a must for everybody. Just pick. Then stage two. Stage two is the second P. The first P is production. The second P is processing. When you turn your harvest into food, you have processed. You have added value to that. When we get to slide 5, we'll talk about the businesses of each of the stages. But let me just give us a summary of what all the stages are all about. So urban food processing is turning raw food. Raw food is turned into usable or value-added products. Yes, it's when you pluck your tomato, you blend it, you cook it, you have added value to it, then you can eat it. So urban food processing is also part of the food system. Before now, people produce for us. The garri that you're eating, you don't know how it's being produced. The ekpo that used to cook, you don't know how it's being produced. We don't have information on what we are eating. We're just eating. No information, no insight, nothing. We don't know whether they added poison to it. We're just eating. But I think things have shifted. Things have changed. People are now intentional about what they eat and what they put into their system. So, and people also ask questions. That's why in some supermarket you see organic, you see natural, you see the conventional one. So people are asking questions now. So you don't just buy things. People ask questions because things have changed. So urban food processing is stage 2. Our stage 3 is food distribution and retail. You know, we are looking at all the activities that happens from the seed to the final consumer. So in the middle, you need distribution, you need retailers. When I produce my things in the Obe garden, do I want to eat everything? Do I want to sell some? If I want to sell some, it means I have to carry it from my house to my neighbor's house to sell. It means I have to carry it from my house to the market to sell. So how do I do that? You can even do that online. Most of the time, I sell most of my product on my WhatsApp status. WhatsApp status has done a lot for me. Somebody is managing all the other accounts, but my WhatsApp status, I've used to sell a lot of things. So that's distribution. How do I distribute what I'm selling? Because that Obe garden, if at the end of the slide, I wrote something like OBE, because that Obe garden is not only for you, it's for you. At the same time, how do I make money from my Obe garden? You need to make money from your Obe garden. Before I started Obe garden, I was making money from my garden. I was making money from my garden in Akure. You know, when we were in Lagos, we moved from Ebute-Metta to Ibejuleki. When I got to Ibejuleki, we were living in an estate, and in that estate, You know, lucky people now, all of them papa and papa. But me, I came with my pots, I came with my plants, and they were like, "Who is this village girl that is planting wedu and planting efirin?" But at the end of the day, almost everybody in the estate became my friend, because less than 1 week they came knocking and said, "Please, can we have efirin leaves? Can we have pepper? Please, I want to fry egg. Can you give me one pepper from your pepper stand?" And I was like, I thought, so the distribution, instead of limiting it to yourself. So when I left, okay, let me conclude that. When I now moved from Lagos to Akure, my husband got a job, so I had to leave Lagos to Akure. And I was also sending messages to my friend in Lagos. I am still selling my seed, I'm still selling this, I'm still selling that. And I do that via my Facebook account, through my phone. So distribution is not a big deal. Marketing is one of the sweetest things that you can do as an urban farmer, honestly. The day you start planting, you start your urban garden, start advertising your harvest. No, most people, the mistake we make is when we plant tomato, we'll leave it. When the day we harvest, that's the day we begin to think about markets. You have already failed. But of course, God will always have mercy on us. Sometimes we just happen and come and buy it at their own price, not at your price. But if from day one, okay, in the next 3 weeks, in the next 4 weeks, I'm going to have tomato, please book your order, make your order, pre-register, some people will even pay you ahead. So distribution is also very easy in that ecosystem, in the urban city, and you can make a lot of money from distribution. I'll still go to the business at the end of the end of the slide. So stage 4 is urban food consumption. How people use food in their homes, schools, workplace, and eateries. How do you use your food? How do you eat your food? Households, where do you get your food from? Urban agriculture is all about growing food in the city and ensuring household food security. I always like to talk about household food security, because if you are not food secure, we can't have a food secured nation. If households are not food. So if we are food secured as a family, then we know that food security in a state or in a local government is possible. In a state, it is possible. In Nigeria, it is possible. But let's start from us. Let's start from me. Start from you. Okay, if you are not growing everything, grow some things. When you grow things, there's this joy when you harvest what you grow. Honestly, there's nothing that gives me joy when I harvest what I grow. There's nothing that gives me joy when I stay in the house and some people will call me from Port Harcourt and say, "Madam, we are in your neighborhood. Please, can we come and buy plants? Can we come and buy herbs? Can we come and buy seedlings from your garden?" And I'll ask them to come, and they will drop maybe the money I've not made in 1 week. They will just come in, pick what they want, and they go. And I also teach them about the health benefits of those things. Food consumption has shifted though. Don't be eating anyhow. Me, I don't eat anyhow again. There are some things that you don't do again. So I'm intentional about what I eat. I'm intentional about what I grow. I'm intentional about what I buy. So your food consumption is also part of the food system. What are you eating? What are you cooking? I always make fun of women. I say, husband, better take care of your wife, because they're in charge of your food, the food you eat. If your food is not medicine, it's a drug that can kill you. So a woman determines the health status of a family most times because the food comes from the kitchen. So if you are giving your family dead food, you are sure that your hospital bills will increase. You're sure that you'll be stressed all the time because you have to take somebody to the hospital, you have to do this, you have to do that. But if you are in charge of what you eat, like if you are in charge of 70% of what comes into your kitchen, you have peace of mind. One of the things that your urban garden will do for you is reduce your hospital bill. I can't remember the last time I went to the hospital. I can't remember. Even if I go to the hospital and they tell me Odishirishi, I'll just look at it, I'll be smiling. I know what to do for myself. I know several times my children will complain, I have this, I have that. I say, go downstairs and take Cuban and oregano. Let me just share this. My first daughter, she has a lot of allergy. In the morning, she'll be sniffing. In the night, she won't allow you to sleep. When we are praying, she will stop, put something in her nose because something is coming out from her nose. And each time I say, go downstairs, pluck some Cuban oregano, and drink it as tea for 7 days. She would rather pray. So she said, Mommy, I'm praying about this. God will do a miracle. I said, okay. One day I became so angry after our morning prayer. I just showed her, I said, please, can you go downstairs, pluck some keeper and oregano, boil it and drink it. Then we'll continue the prayer session. So she went downstairs, did exactly the same. She drank in the morning, drank in the evening. In the night, we sleep together on the same bed. I didn't hear all the noise. In the morning, when we were praying, she didn't put anything in her nose. I was watching her. In the morning, she drank it again. Do you know that within 48 hours, within 24 hours, not even 48, within 24 hours, all the symptoms disappeared? So if I don't have that, of course, I'm taken out to the hospital. We have taken so many things. So your urban garden is more than urban garden. It's more than me cooking soup. You're also learning, and you're also adding value to your well-being. So it's important that I don't think we have to beg anybody before you have urban garden. It's a must. I went to train some people 3 weeks ago in Lagos, and they are big people, and I told them that if you don't have a garden, you're a poor man. And they were like, what do you mean? I said, if you don't have a garden, you're a poor man. Poor man. I don't have apology for that. You must have a garden, because in some developed countries, if you don't have a garden, they classify you that you cannot think. So you cannot even think of planting something. You must be poor of the poorest. So one of the organs of the organizations, immediately after the meeting, just come and say, please come to my house. Come to my house. You might set up a garden for me. You gave me and like that. How can you say I'm a poor man? I'm not a poor man. No. Please come and have a garden for me. So you can say that urban agriculture or garden, home garden or urban garden, it will give you a lot of peace of mind. Honestly, I'm enjoying peace of mind because my garden, it's all around me. I'm enjoying peace of mind. Some of us are lazy. Somebody like me, I don't like to travel to farm. It's okay. There's nothing wrong in traveling to farm. We have a project that we are doing, and we need to travel hours to get there. So there's nothing wrong with that. Just a joke. So the fifth stage is the urban food waste management. Yes, we waste a lot of food. We have a lot of leftovers. I remember when my children were growing up in Akure, I always have animals in the compound because I don't want to waste food. We had dog, we have duck, we had quail, we had rabbit, we had turkey, we had broilers, we had different animals, so that when they waste food, we go and give it to animals to eat. So some of us, we can still do that, but now they're adults, so I'm not even interested in doing animals. So at that time, they used to waste food, and I didn't want to throw the food away, so I will always give it to them. I always give it to the animals, and my animals were doing well. So some of the food that we waste, we can actually make a lot of money from the food. Okay, let me just chip in something about waste. In where we have our urban agri school in Ibadan, in that community, their problem is this gutter sand. Anytime it rains, the runoff will be so heavy, and all the gutters will be filled up, and they're always bringing out the sand from the gutter, and it's always a problem for them. So one day I was going, I'm also lecturing at Lead City Entrepreneurship Department of Lead City. I teach them urban agriculture. So that day I was going to school, and I saw a beautiful garden close to Lead City. And I parked. I went to the man. I said, I like your garden. No, everything is fine. You have flowers. The soil are good. The plants are looking fantastic. And I said, sir, please, I want to buy soil. Where do you get your soil? And there's a stream beside the garden. And the man told me, I don't buy soil. I said, so why are your plants like this? He said, I use the gutter sand. I don't know the other name to give it, but I know they call it gutter sand. He said, I use the gutter. I said, gutter sand, how? And your plants are looking like this? I said, yes. I said, he said, it's the best soil. He said, he has been in horticulture for the past 50 years. And that's what it has been. You know, those old people, they have wisdom. And I said, okay, sir. So he now told me, he said, look, he said, gutter sand has nutrients, but over time they will lose their nutrient because most of they are sandy soil. You need to add manure so that they can you can boost the fertility of the soil. Maybe after 2 weeks of planting. I went away with that information, and when I got back to the school, I employed 2 Awusas to be packing all the gutter sand in the streets. And all the landlords will come to me and say, thank you, ma. We are grateful. and honestly, if in my school, if you have been to our school, even if I buy black soil, there's nowhere they will pour the soil. There's nowhere to pour it because the road is so narrow. So I will help them to take the gutter soil, bring it to my compound, put it in my containers, and plant my things. And I find out that we even did a little experiment. We planted some seeds in the gutter sand and we planted some in the black soil. And I realized at the end of the day, the one in the gutter soil germinated faster than the black soil. So we converted the waste, the nuisance in the environment, to something productive for us. So some of the things that we waste, honestly, it can be converted to money. It can be converted to a lot of, like, composting, recycling. In our school, we buy this bottled water, empty bottled water, and I'm happy when I pay the women. Some of them say, mommy, when I collect this money, I'm going to the market to buy fish so that we can eat. I get so excited. We are recycling. Instead of throwing the PET bottles in the gutter or the river, we buy off from them. Then we also use to plant. So we can also do that. Then under the food waste management, we also have the food scraps. We have your packaging waste. We have managing leftovers. Even if we go to parties now, people tip servers for leftovers. It's either you want to give it to your dog or you want to turn it to a compost. So these are the 5 stages of food system. Just look at we have the P, P, D, C, W. Where are you? Where are you in this system? So let's move to the money aspect. I know most of us don't like money now, but me, I want to be rich. So I will always talk about money. So that's your obe garden. Can also be, obe is spelled like OBE. I got inspired, and one day I realized that my obe can become OBE. OBE is our backyard enterprise. So apart from growing food in your obe garden, that obe garden is also OBE, your backyard enterprise. And you can have streams of income from your backyard enterprise, from your obe garden: composting, organic fertilizer, plastic recycling. You can have biogas plants. You can food stock packaging. You can do a lot. I think I wrote a book on urban agriculture when I clocked 52. I wrote 52 business opportunities in urban agriculture, and every year is increasing. I've listed over 100 business opportunities in urban agriculture. I want to encourage us Nigerians that there's so many opportunities in Nigeria. I watched a video yesterday, and somebody talked about this guy that has a Virgin Island, and he has 100 streams of income. 100. If you don't have streams of income, you'll be stressed, you have headache, you tell small lies, you won't be a friendly person. When your family asks you to come for ashrebi, you will fight them over ashrebi, not because you don't want to buy ashrebi, because money is not enough. Say kilo shemo. But if you have streams of income, for God's sake, you don't have to lie, you don't have to impress anybody, you don't have to be under pressure. If tomato is not selling, pepper will sell. If pepper is not selling, speaking will sell. Some of you are great speakers, but you are keeping quiet. You are put padlock in your mouth. You are not talking. You are not making money from speaking. All the money that I've made this year, big money, I made them because I was speaking about obe. If I didn't want to speak and I just want to be doing my obe, I won't make such kind of money. So some of you can speak. Some of you need to set up your garden as a demonstration farm, so that other people can also learn from you. That's why over time I used to teach a lot of people. I've taught well over 10,000 people on urban garden, on urban agriculture over the years. I've taught a lot of people, and I realized that I need to have a structured sector, and I started the school. The school that I started, the school is my father's house. We are not using it. Some of you, your parents, their houses are locked up for years. Turn it to something profitable. So I opened up my father's house, one of the flats, and I decided to start my urban agri academy with permission from my siblings. And right now we are training people, and we are doing a lot of things. We also have teachers, we also have courses that I'm not teaching. We employ other people to come and teach there. So streams of income, it's all around you. So don't joke with your urban garden. And I want to say that when you have urban garden, or when you have home garden, you are also learning. Honestly, there's nothing like it. I've done a lot of share briefly with you about tilapia and catfish. I have about 6 months in Akure that I'm raising that I was, let me say I was raising catfish, and I was spending so much money on feed. We tried BSF, it didn't work. I tried all the water plant. I tried Wolfia, I tried duckweed, I tried Azola, didn't give me the results I wanted. And I started thinking, tilapia in Akure. And back here in Ibadan, I have this tarpaulin pond. So one day we bought fish, and I told them to take the majority of the fingerlings to Akure and just drop 5 in my tarpaulin pond, the mobile pond in my house. I just dropped the 5 there. There are times I even I forgot to feed them. So one day I just went there and I saw tiny things, maybe about after 3 months, and I discovered that they have laid eggs, and there are babies tilapia in the pond. So I became more committed to the to the 5 parents that I dropped there. I went to buy food. I was feeding them, and we sold our first harvest maybe 3 or 4 months ago. We were able to harvest 148 tilapia babies, which we sold. Now I'm still using the 5 babies, the 3 females and the 2 male, to produce baby tilapia. I've shifted their home to a better home, still in a mobile pond. 2 weeks ago, we went to Lagos. By the time we came back, we saw tiny babies. I can't even count them. Tiny. A lot of tilapia. I now realize that, okay, I think I'm good with tilapia. I'm good. If I didn't practice catfish, if I didn't have a backyard farm, if I didn't do aquaculture, I won't be able to discover that we can raise tilapia at the backyard. And we are going to do a lot of advocacy on tilapia farm. It's cheaper and it's healthier. So I discovered that. Now I'm also into tilapia. I'm selling tilapia, and I also encourage you. You know, in your urban garden, it's not only vegetables that you plant. You also do what we call the micro livestock. Micro livestock are your fish, your snail, or rabbit. You can just have, so that your soup will complete. There's no sense in planting all the tomatoes, all the vegetables, and you don't have protein inside. Though. No visitors will eat your food without protein. So it's drop your questions. Miss Rebecca, please, what do we do? I think I've completed my slide. Then I think we can just let's ask questions if there are questions.
Okay, thank you very much, Ma. If you can hear me, please just give me some emoji, give me some reaction. It's been it's been tug of war with network here. It's been raining cat and dog for more than 3 days. So it's been a lot of, so I'm happy to be back in. Thank you so much, Ma. So when I call that the urban agriculture goddess, you know that I really mean that. She has been on this journey. She's an epitome of resilience, consistency of all these years. You know, many of you are even studying agriculture and you're not even thinking about, implementing. This is a way to go. So beyond the school is the practical. All those researches that are on the shelf of our school, we should turn them into real life solutions. That's what school is for. We pick what we are taught there and then we transform it. So I'm not going to say so much. If you have questions, please raise up your hand and your questions will be taken. Your eyes have been opened today. You have seen that those things that you are calling waste are actually not waste. They aren't waste. They are wealth that you need to start utilizing. So if you have questions, please raise up your hand And then you can also type in the chat box if you cannot speak. Please, let's maximize this opportunity. So meanwhile, let us keep giving it up for her, for the urban agriculture goddess. Let's give her some appreciation. Let's show her that we really appreciate everything that she has shared with us today. Okay, so we have two people's hand raised. So we have Agrostable. So if you are able to speak, please unmute your mic and ask your question. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. Agrostable.
Hello, thank you very much.
Okay,
Yes,
please
I'm
go
with you. I can
ahead.
hear you.
Okay.
Yes, thank you very much for this wonderful, enlightening presentation. So I've been through all the session, and hopefully I would have said that this is the first time I have a conceptual understanding of the greenhouse, because actually my understanding of greenhouse is actually very, very different, due to the fact that it is not actually being practicable here in Dutse Jigawa State. Only few places you can actually see it. So it is possible that every household can have this, or even some learning sessions. So what are some of strategy that we can be able to implement, so that to ensure that household can also have access to this knowledge, and even institutions maybe encouraging people to also be part of this urban garden of a team. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you, my brother from Jigawa. Thank you. Thank you. It's good to, when I hear people from the north, I always get excited. And I want to quickly say this. 2 months ago, because Obe Garden is a national program. National program in the sense that we want everybody across Nigeria to grow their own food. We call soup Obe in Yoruba land. That's why I'm emphasizing Obe. But 2 months ago, we were able to launch Ofe Garden in Enugu and Ebonyi State. In the Igbo people call soup Ofe. Am I right? The Igbo brothers and sisters in the house. Am I correct? Before I go and call it what you are not, what you don't call it to, but I know that they told me it's Ofe. So we launched Ofe Garden in the east 2 months ago, and we're also looking forward to launch Mia. My Jigawa friend, what is soup in Hausa? I think it's Mia, Miya. So for the people in the north, is your Mia garden. Your Mia
Exactly.
garden is a must. Sorry. Okay.
Exactly.
Okay, so and I also want to drop this. When we come to greenhouse, we always think it's expensive. The standard greenhouse, it's expensive. It must be big. No, it doesn't have to be big. It doesn't have to be big. We are working on a concept now where household can have a room-sized greenhouse to grow their food around the year. Because I know that during the dry season, water is a challenge. But when it comes to urban agriculture, water is not even a challenge, really. Can decide to play around the water that you throw away all the time, play around it and use it to water your garden. So we're also working on how household can have a room size greenhouse, feed around the year, and also make money. So I just want to drop that. It's possible to have 10 by 10 greenhouse. It's also possible to have 10 by 8 greenhouse. It doesn't have to be a big greenhouse, and you can make money. I met a young man in Jos that has a locally made, let me say, screen house, and he grows strawberry. At that time, he was growing strawberry. I think he's still growing strawberry. And he told me that he makes 10,000 naira every 4 days from that small room, a greenhouse. So don't think greenhouse is for Olowo. Don't think greenhouse has to be big. It doesn't have to be big. Cut your greenhouse according to your budgets. Okay, I think I've answered you.
Thank
Any
you
other
very
question?
much. Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much, ma'am. So I'll go to Akinyele Akinwumi. Akinyele Akinwumi, are you able to speak? Please unmute your mic and ask your question.
Thank you. I want to appreciate the organizer for this beautiful talk this morning. I have a piece of land that I can grow some things. But you see, I'm not literate about the agricultural whatever. But now that I've heard what they said since morning, I really appreciate it, and I need more encouragement about it. That's my question. Thank you.
Okay, I think the organizers has really encouraged all of us here putting this together. So I know that Mrs. Rebecca will encourage you more. They have an academy that you can attend, and you can also have access to information from them. Thank you.
Uh, Yes, Mr. Akinwumi, thank you very much for joining the session. So that's all. That's why we are here. That's why we are creating this awareness that everything you have, we need to utilize to be food secure in our country. We don't have to wait for anyone. So we are here to support you. I'm sure that the community link to join the community is being shared in the chat, and also we also have a one-on-one with you to give you a custom and direct you on how you can start from where you are, and we'll give you all the support that you need and connect you with the right people. So thank you very much. We'll reach out. I'm sure there's some information in the chat that you can connect to us. So thank you very much. So I'll go to Saba Esther. You can unmute your mic to ask your question. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ma. Yeah, thank you so much, Ma. Thank you so much. This has really been an exciting one. I mean, I couldn't even help it. I needed to stop writing so I could listen very well to all of the things you've been saying. Thank you so much, Ma. Yeah, so I have two questions here, and I'll ask them all together. So you talked about speaking in schools, universities, agriculture and agriculture as a whole. So I want to ask, how do you think schools and universities and also religion institutions, even in churches and mosques, can become hubs for urban farming, the practice and the education shape? And also, I believe even for all that you've said, for those that have not, they don't have an enlightenment about urban agriculture, we still have a lot of good sections and interest has been developing them to go into urban agriculture. So what advice do you give to a person, an aspiring urban agriculture entrepreneur that wants to start in the area?
Okay, Michelle. Okay. Yes, urban agriculture is encouraging you to make money. I won't even say to grow your food again, but that one is important. You must grow your food. You must save your money. How can I make money from the city? How can I be involved in agriculture? Number one, speaking in schools. When I started this journey way back almost 20 years ago, I would write schools in people and I would go and speak free to them. I wrote churches, I wrote mosque. I know so many churches at that time. At that time, Nigerians don't grab something except that it's a problem or there's a challenge. At that time, there was no pressure on our money. Of course, when you collect our salary, food is not expensive. So when you talk about home garden, even my husband too was like, people have money now. Why are you telling them to grow their food? Why are you telling them to have a garden? But I saw beyond that. I saw the future. I saw that one day in Nigeria, food will be expensive, food will be scarce, the nutrient that we need in food will not be there. I saw those things way back 20 years ago. So speaking in schools, you might start free. You might start free. You can write a school and say, we would like to teach your pupils or your students on how to grow tomato. I remember I went to one school in Ibadan, All Saint Primary School, private school, and I went with the nursery tray and cocoa pit and tomato seed. I didn't go with the package there. I bought fresh tomato. So we cut it and we are dropping each of the seeds in the planting tray and we planted for them. And I told the children, I bought this tomato 200 naira. Now I have a nursery tray that we planted over 200 seeds there. When they grow, I'll plan to sell this tomato 100 naira. Okay, children, multiply 100 naira by 100 stands. and they said, "Mommy, it's 10,000 naira." I gave them the price of the planting tree. At the end of the day, our cost of starting maybe is about 4,000 naira. At the end of the day, I'm going to sell 100 tomato for 10,000. I said, okay, remove your capital from what you have sold. And he said 6,000. And I saw that the countenance of the children changed. He said, "Oh, this is money. I'm going to do it." Everything changed. I didn't know that children too like money. When they asked that they are going to earn 6,000, just like that, and they said they were going to. So we can penetrate schools like that, engage them, talk to them. Then when it comes to religious organizations, I remember I wrote so many churches. Only one church that asked me to come. But right now, honestly, everybody wants to do garden. Everybody wants to hear about home garden. Everybody wants to hear about health benefit of herbs. So getting to them is not so difficult again. Then we can also partner with other people. I have a friend in UK. She did a program 2 weeks ago, and she stays last month. She stays in London, and I just saw the flyer, and I was just like, my friend, I can bring my staff. I can bring some things for you. She paid for some things. Then we also supported her, and we're able to reach out to a primary school in Felele in Ibadan, and the kids were so happy, and she was also happy too. So we can then collaborate. We can talk to students. We can do competition. I have some young people that they have an event tomorrow. They are doing agricultural competition. So we can engage in all of that. All of that. As we are doing urban agriculture, you are engaging with your community. I remember in Akure, we planted all sorts of things in our compound. And personally, I'm not a talking person. I don't want to make friends with everybody. I just want to do my work. I want to leave the house and come back. I just realized that almost everybody in the area will come and be knocking our gates. When they knock and they will say, "Please, we saw one tree in your compound. We need the leaves." And we're opening our doors to people in the community. At the end of the day, they all became our friends. I didn't plan to become their friend, but they all became our friends. And so your urban agriculture, your urban farming, we also bind communities together. And we're also encouraging that in your community, landlord association can have home garden, can do a lot of things. So for schools and religious organizations, I think we can just write them. We can start free. Okay, let me just share the innovation that I started last year. When sales dropped and my income was not alert was not coming in papa again. So I just started thinking, I'm a Christian, so I pray about everything, and I asked the Holy Spirit, what else can I do in this sector? And he asked me a question. I said, "What do Yoruba people like? What do Nigerians like?" And I said they like partying. That was the first thing I said. Nigerians can spend millions on party. I said, you can put agriculture in partying. I said, how? And the Holy Spirit told me that some of the seedlings and seed I sell, I can package them and go to events and distribute as souvenirs. I started with my family. Okay, my cousin got married. I did beautiful package. I put their sticker on it, Joshua Words Ore, and I planted different things and I labeled them, and we distributed to all the guests. Oh, not all the guests, sorry. Majority of the guests that came for the event, and they were like, "Hey!" So it became a business for us. So when people are doing events, I quickly say, "Please, can you order for our souvenir?" So now we distribute plants and seedlings, seeds and seedlings as souvenirs in parties. Nigerians are very difficult to to convince. I realized that over the years we are giving people seeds and they will not plant the seed, they will throw them away. But when you give them seedlings, if they find it difficult to throw seedlings away. A lot of people that have gone to parties that picked up our seedlings, they will come, my tomato is fruiting. I ate my ewedu yesterday. So innovations will also come. Innovations will come in. It can't be stranded as an urban agri farmer. Urban agri farming is all about creativity. You need to think every day. You have to think. If you have a big farm, you don't need to think. Just till the land and plant there and be weeding. But urban agriculture, number one, you have challenges of space. You have so many challenges. So you have to think. Let me share something again with you. We used to multiply our seedlings. There's this plant that I like, peppermint. So I would just multiply it, and it got to a point we didn't have enough space. So one day I just looked at the pond, my fish pond, and I saw that the surface. I just looked at it and said, I can put the cuttings of the peppermint in a floating material, and drop it on the plot of the pond for them to root. And that's what we are doing now. There are times we root 500 peppermints on the small fish pond in my house. So I'm raising fish, I'm selling the fish pond, and also raising peppermints on top of my pond. Okay, sorry. Next question, so that I don't talk. Tomi like to talk. Don't mind it.
No, we really having a very exciting time and learning so much. It's very important that the eyes of our youth be open, that there is a possibility all around us. It depends on what you're saying. So I'll call the next person, Timothy Bruce. Please unmute your mic and ask your question. Timothy, are you able to speak?
Yeah, good morning.
Good
Yeah,
morning.
I'm able to speak. Good morning. Thank you very much for giving us this opportunity. It's an eye-opening, really. It is an eye-opening. So, though apology for I joined late. So, because of the network in my area here, all the way from Badagry West, just 3 minutes to Republic of Benin.
You're
So,
welcome.
I just heard about the greenhouse. Yeah, I heard about the greenhouse. I'm very, very, very interested. Our reason is that I don't know if the organizer of this platform can give what I can do to go into integrated ag farming. Normally I'm into catfish processing, piggery, fufu flour. So, and the idea of fufu flour and catfish, I say let me appreciate this Africa Works initiative once more. They give me the opportunity, the privilege to link me to some guy, Dominican farm. That is, I was there for 3 months. Today, I'm a bona fide and I'm a registered member. I can produce fufu flour. I've been producing, selling in and out. But being into catfish production, so I feel I can still go into integrated farming using my catfish, the water, the pig dung to do something. But the challenge I'm having now is that I don't have much knowledge. Greenhouse is that in our area we have land, but the lands are not fertile. That is one. Two, we don't have people that's in charge or in the field of testing of the soil. So I've planted a lot of tomato, cucumber, but did not eat anything. Reason is that I don't have the idea, just hearing everything online. So that is why I'm requesting if we can have any opportunity. We can build our greenhouse, no matter the little one, as the speaker have said, maybe 10 by 6, 6 by 12, so we can still do. Those are not my challenge. So I can, that is the reason why I said, let me just come in so that we can all contribute to the food sustainability of Nigeria as a whole. So I will be happy if we can give us this opportunity. This, if we can call cocoa peat now, I've not seen cocoa peat before. So if I have training online, they were telling me you can use cocoa peat. I don't know anything to do about it. But if eventually I'm in the field, I'll be able to know what I will be able to do. So thank you very much. That is just my request because I joined the meeting late. Thank you very much.
So thank you, Timothy, for your contribution. Ma, are you still on the call?
Yes, I think that question is for you.
Yes. So Timothy, please, you are already in the community. Just reach out, book a session, and let's have the challenges you're having, and then we can put you through on how to grow. We have, like we said, to grow the Africa we want, we need collaborations. That's why you see that Africa World Initiative is bringing you as many collaboration as much as possible so that every young person can build a sustainable and thriving agribusiness. So if you have any challenge, reach out, book a session, and let's, go through how we can solve that your problem. Thank you very much. So I'll go ahead to Binta. Binta, can you unmute your mic and ask your question?
All right, ma. Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Mrs. Olatoye. Thank you so much for this insightful and impactful section. Sincerely speaking, it's top notch. Well done, ma. Well done. So my
Thank
question
you.
is, if there is need for your system, your structure, are you open to partnership? Because I happen to work with Fola Foundation, a non-governmental organization whereby we are into agriculture, incorporating agric in schools, specifically for underserved communities in Abeokuta and Abuja. So now I want to ask, are you open to partnership, sponsorship, and the likes? And the second thing is, for my own personal business, if one is willing to come with you to get seedlings, to get other parties, how do I reach you? And the third one is for you to kindly share your LinkedIn account for more follow. Thank you.
Thank you. Nobody can do it alone, no. Even Nigeria cannot do it alone. So we are very, very open to partnership. We are very, very compassionate about it. Nobody can do it alone. Even Jesus Christ did not walk alone. So please, we're open to partnership in any way that we can support each other. We're open to that. And let me just say this on a lighter mode. I saw Rebecca's page on LinkedIn. Actually, I wanted to ask her for a favor, and she didn't allow me. Immediately she just said blah, blah, blah. She just said, please, can we have you on the platform? And I was like, I wanted to ask you to do something for me now. You already asked. But I didn't, anything green, I don't say no. No matter how difficult, I'll just work around it. So we are opening to partnership, and I'm happy that we also have a relationship with AWI. And we're also going to bring AWI on board very soon. We have a program. I'm saying this publicly so that you won't say no. We have a program at the end of the month, and she will be there by God's grace.
Yeah, so thank you very much, Ma. So Binta, you can join the community, reach out to us. All the informations are on the chat board. Yes, like I said, that the reason why AWI exists is collaborating to achieve the goal of food security, the goal of gainfully employed youth, the goal of building thriving and sustainable agribusiness. That's why we are here. So if you have any requests, kindly reach out to us. We'll connect you to the right partners that you need to work with. You are very much welcome on board, Binta. We're happy to have you. So I'll quickly go to Emmanuel Springs, and that will be the last question before I yield the mic to my colleague, Paul, who is also on the call, and then we'll take the later part of this session. So Emmanuel Spring, over to you, please. Have the mic. Emmanuel Spring, are you able to speak? Okay, then I'll yield the mic to Paul. Paul Ogonedo, please have the mic. Okay, hold on, Paul. I see one more person. Bolu.
Okay, I just have a question. I just have a question for Mrs. Olatoye first.
Okay. I wanted you to come towards the end of. Okay, go ahead and answer your question.
All right. So I wanted to say thank you so much to Mrs. Olatoye. It's I don't know, like you said, she's more than maybe she's more than a goddess. Maybe we'll go and look for another word, because wow, it's so deep and so important at this point in time. And you know, from reading her works, she has been on this trajectory for a while. And look at all the nuggets, look at all the learnings. You know, like one of my professors said to me that experience is not the best teacher. the best teacher is a mentor. The best teacher is a coach. And she's a coach. She's a mentor. She has revealed so much. I mean, everything is before us. So my question is this way. I wanted Mrs. Olatoye to share more with the community now, if she obliges, about the program that is coming up this month end, so that people begin to prepare their mind, because we need this kind of physical interactions and people need to see and understand what we're talking about, because people don't understand the value of agribusiness. Agribusiness is going to take over the world. It's either you have your own story line about food, or you become a subscriber to food. You have to choose. So, I mean, this work is revolutionary, what Ms. Olatoye is doing. So I'd like Ms. Olatoye to share the program coming up this month, so that people can begin to prepare. And finally, I'd like her to know that Africa World's Initiative is ready in all ramifications to work with her to extend, expand, and ensure that what she's doing receives the proper attention it deserves. Thank you. Over to you, Rebecca.
All right, thank you very much, Paul. So immediately after the question and answer session, she'll share more about the summit so that everybody start getting ready for that amazing program. So Boluwatife, you can go ahead and ask your question.
Okay, good morning, everyone.
Morning.
Thank you so much for this session. I actually joined so late, but there was this thing that she said. She made a statement that you can't do it alone. I'm a graduate of agricultural economics, and I've always wanted to go into farming, but still, after Soilless Farm Lab, after service, everything just went like that. And I decided to meet with the Commissioner of Agriculture in my state, that's Osun State, and they were like, they don't have farmland presently because of this political issue kind of that they are having. And still, I wanted to move into a background backyard garden like she made mention of. But since I moved to Lagos, you know how Lagos is so packed that even my area, even my house, there's no place to just do a backyard garden. If not, you will just see that everything has scattered before you get back from work. So I was like, okay, since there's no space for farming, okay, why don't I go into agribusiness? So it has actually been on my mind, and I would want someone to guide me. It's not a must I start with processing. It can be getting or sourcing the materials from farmers, then doing what I can do and sell it out to others to get it. Because recently I decided to go into Gary selling, like packaged Gary, and I decided to try some Gary in my area. And I approached this man and I was like, okay, I need Gary Jebu. He kept saying that yes, it is Gary Jebu, it's actually the best one. And when I got it, it was like I'm taking just it's not even Gary. I was like, but you said it's Gary Jebu. That thing just prompted me that no, why don't I just start with that Gary Jebu? And when I was telling a colleague at work yesterday, I work in a bank actually. So I told him, I said, see, even here, I can start my marketing here. Even you, someone I've told already, you are one of them now. Because for you to take Gary Jebu, a lot of people don't take Gary, but at least that Gary that they will take at once, they would appreciate it, they will be happy because it will be like, no, I love this. So it has actually been on my mind, and I would want someone to guide me through. So that's just it. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Boluwatife. You are in the right place, like you've been hearing from onset. And I say to you already, you have so much that you can start implementing from what you have said, from school to soilless lab. And the reason why we keep telling young people, just like Mrs. Olatoye has said, you cannot do it alone. We must collaborate to grow. So one of the important thing that we are seeing about young people is the right mentorship, the right light. Somebody need to point the light in your path. And that's why we have created the AWI Agribusiness community. You don't have to work alone. Reach out and let us help you create thriving and sustainable agribusiness. So you're very much welcome, Boluwatife. You're welcome on board. So our question is increasing. I thought we are about, so I think
Sorry, Rebecca,
taking,
sorry.
yes, ma'am, please.
For Boluwatife, you're already in the business. You're already in business. But I want you to give a small tip that can help you. You have space in your house. You have space. I don't want to hear I don't have space. You have space. Can you get a seedling tray? You know what a seedling tray or nursery tray?
Yes,
That
ma, I
black.
do.
Yes. Can you grow some tomatoes for your colleague in the office?
Um, See, my area now, I stay at Bariga. My house is
Okay.
like so close that I can't even farm outside. It will be inside my room.
That means you don't know the planting tray. The planting tray is where you nurse your seed, and you only need a table to put it on.
Yes, I can try that inside, but not
It's nice.
outside.
I would like, even if when they are growing, just put it beside the window where they will sunlight. They will get sunlight, and tell your
Yes, ma'am.
colleagues that you have tomato plant for them. They will buy. And I want to hear your story in the next 3 months.
Oh, thank you so much. Ma.
Yes, please. Yes. Thank you so much, Ma. So I'll quickly go through the question. At this point, if we are unable to answer all the questions, then you may have to drop your question. We'll share it with her and get you feedback so that we don't keep her too long. She's very busy on the call. So, okay, just one more person. Okay, I think, let me see. Okay, so I think we exhausted all the question already. If you have any other question, please drop in the chat box. So at this point, I'll yield the mic to Paul, my colleague, to take over this part of the session. Paul, are you still on the call? Paul, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Thank you, Rebecca. So
All right.
I think, okay, so Emmanuel Spring, you can send your question to the platform and we'll respond. Definitely we'll send it to Mrs. Olatoye and she'll respond. So I think first of all, I want to thank Mrs. Olatoye, and she's still here at least. She will hear from, she will get her last words before she leaves. It's really been amazing and it's been an eye-opener. And what she has told us is that nobody has any excuse. Even Binta doesn't have an excuse because she can grow her tomatoes inside the room just by the window and sell the seedlings. Don't even wait for the tomatoes to grow. She sell the seedlings. So we're hoping that we're going to get that feedback as soon as possible in 3 months' time. So I just want to share that Africa Wealth Initiative has recently been awarded 25 slots for agripreneurs to go on an international scholarship. It's a big deal, actually. We have been in the ecosystem for a while, and we do get all this kind of requests on and off. As Timothy Brose has said just a few minutes ago, we've been able to facilitate over 100 scholarships, 100 deep learning scholarships, not just what you do, you get information online and you can't implement. No, we focus on execution, not just education, but execution. And that's why, like Rebecca said, we're building a community. The community helps and supports you to ensure that even when you fail, there's somebody just behind you to lift you back up. Failure is part of the journey. If you listen carefully to Ms. Olatoye's presentation, you'll notice that she did fail in a couple of times, and that's part of the learning process. She read catfish and tried so many different feed modes, but she didn't get what she wanted until she did something, and today she's rearing and selling tilapia fishes. And so
Hello, Paul.
we yes, I'm sorry, I had a call. So we want to
Mhm.
really appreciate Mrs. Olatoye. Guys, please give it up for her. Give it up for her. I mean, this is wonderful today. So we are also calling out to any of you that is interested. I've dropped a couple of information about the scholarship. For those of you that are interested in going beyond, of course, for those of you that are in the community, we know that after Ms. Olatoye shares this event that is going to happen at the end of the month, we are going to have as many of you as possible at the event, because there is nothing like exchanging those physical pleasantries, meeting, connecting. I mean, when you talk about community, you have to come out, you have to meet the people you say are in your community, you have to build the networks, you have to shake hands, you have to look into the eyes of the person who's mentoring you, who's coaching you, and see the passion, and then feed from that passion and go and create yours. That's what community is all about. Community is about support. It's about shaking hands. It's about holding at the elbows. It's about embraces. It's about sitting together and talking about the failures and the successes. So at this event coming up, we want to see as many of you there as possible. But of course, Ms. Olate will share more about it. So if you are interested in the scholarships that are available, it's worth about $50,000 for 25 slots. It's a lot more than 25 slots, but Africa Wealth Initiative has 25 slots to give you. All you need to do is send us information. The numbers have been shared. We have 2 verifiable WhatsApp numbers that you can communicate with. Share with us. Just tell us, I am interested. This is my business name, or this is, and we'll come to you one-on-one and assess you, because we need to assess you. One of the things we found out is not everybody is what they say they are, and this is very critical for us. For us, building a community is not about gathering people. It's about gathering people with the right mindset, with the right focus, with the right vision, and with a common goal, a common cause, just like the cause that Mr. Olatoye has been speaking on. The goal of a food secure household, the goal of a food secure economy. Like Rebecca has said, food sovereignty. These are all the goals and vision we embody at Africa Wealth Initiative. So we're looking for people that embody and carry the same vision. Imagine 5 million people with the same goal of food security, building sustainable collaborations across the ecosystem. Imagine what that can do for our economy. So when we're talking about a bad economy, we're talking about a bad economy because we are not united in building a strong economy. We are divided by tribalism, political settings, and all of what, so many things. But when we look at a focus, which is something that is central to all of us, the world is making so much money on fuels that fuel the innovations and creativity of man. Who is focusing on the fuel that fuels the creativity of God? The creativity of God is humanity. God created all humans, and the only thing that fuels us is food. We need to concentrate on food. This is the biggest source of revenue ever. And that's why people like Bill Gates are coming into it, because they've seen not everybody will use a computer, but everybody eats. That's the biggest economy ever. And Mr. Olatoye has just shared with us the secret of earning from that community, that economy. Just right there in your home, you can begin to earn from the largest economy in the world. The largest economy is not oil and gas. It is food. That's the largest business in the world. So, Mr. Olatoye, thank you so much. And for those of you that want to get more, get hands on this money that is on ground, that is that's being earmarked for this scholarship. Reach out and let us guide you on how to get it. We have only 25 slots. We have only 24 hours to complete our list. So if I were you and I needed this money and I needed this exposure and I needed this experience, I'll start sending my information now. Please look to the chat section of this broadcast. You will see the numbers. For those of you, I see that we have some physically challenged people on the call. Please use the chat. You will see that we've written everything, and we're also going to share the communique for all this information. So again, please, before you go, share your email on the chat section so that you get the email, you get the replay of this session. If there are slides to be shared, you get it through your email. The text of this communication, you get it so that you can follow through. We provide everything you need. We provide all the support. We want you to be the best you can be. So share your information, get across to us, and let us help you. The numbers are 081 60 42 26 99, 070 80 85 34 32. Is on the platform. Saba and Kamal will also share. Thank you so much. Back to you, Rebecca Amao.
Okay, thank you very much, Paul. So, Ma, I would like you to share on the summit and then also share your closing words with our young people. Over to you, Ma.
Okay, thank you, Rebecca. Thank you, everyone, for listening. I know today is public holiday. We're supposed to be sleeping. Some of us are supposed to work in the garden. I'm running downstairs to continue my work. So concerning the event, like I said before, nobody can do it alone. So we are partnering. There are two organizations that are supporting us to do this. No, three. Let me say three. I also run them. I have a food and beverage industry company. So this the event is Southwest Urban Agriculture Summit 2025. I think it's the first of its kind. We tried doing it last year, but it didn't work out. So the first of its kind in Nigeria, Southwest Urban Agriculture Summit. And the theme for this year's event is Urban Agriculture for Food Security, Jobs, and Climate Action in Southwest Nigeria. We are not tribalistic people, just that we are starting from the Southwest Nigeria. So we are going to have the Northeast, we're going to have the other part of Nigeria, but we are starting from the Southwest Nigeria. So, and then our focus is how can we attain food security in our cities? How can young people get jobs? Honestly, that day your mind will be open. You have insight to little things that you can use to make money. And I'm going to introduce to us on that day 10 businesses that you need zero capital to start. So it's going to be an event for youth, adults, retirees, the people in the government, everybody that's interested in growing their food will be there. And it's going to be on the 30th of October in the city of Badon. Onirike, if you are familiar with Onirike, there's a place called An Place. An Place is like, I call it a mini resort. Though the owner don't see it at a resort center, but it's a mini resort. You are going to see nature. You are going to see tilapia. You are going to see things that will blow your mind. So we are also we are using that event for this program. And Natari Foundation, it's an organization based in Thailand, and they also have a subsidiary in Nigeria. They're also supporting us with seeds. So every registered participant would go home with different type of seeds to start your garden. Then we also have A43 fertilizer and organic fertilizer, also from Thailand. The CEO and the team will also be speaking to us via Zoom, and we also go home with organic fertilizer, a fertilizer that you don't need to hire a car to carry. Just put it in your bag and you do the wonders that you want. So we are going to give all registered participants also organic fertilizer. Then Green Gold, which is my own company too, will also be on ground. We are going to display different things, different ways to grow your food. I think that summit is not something you must miss. We have over 175 people that have registered. So if I think we'll be closing our registration by 200 because we don't have enough gifts to go around. But what I'm saying is, if you are not registered, if you are not among the first 200, you can just come around to the event place and look at the exhibition and also network with other people. But for the first 200 people, they're going to go with different type of seeds. They're going to go home with the fertilizer donated by A4 tree fertilizer, and we also go home with your lunch pack. Don't let me promise you lunch pack. Oh. Don't worry, we'll have something for everybody. So that's the summary of the summit, and we look forward to having you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much. So if you are interested, quickly reach out in the community, reach out to us so that we can collect your numbers and quickly send and to us get the link across to you and everything. Ma, I want you to share your closing words with our young people. Every time we have a session, we like our speaker to share some motivating words with our young people before we close the session.
Okay, thank you. I want to say to every all the young people on the platform, urban agriculture is a global movement. It's not Southwest thing. It's a global movement. When I say something is a global movement, it means that when you start it, you can become a global person. So I want to encourage you, no matter how small, it's not about weeding. It's not about, it's just about you putting something on the ground and you see it grow and you begin to form a business around it. So I encourage you to start now. You can start your journey today. If you leave this platform, you can go and start your journey on urban agriculture today. Because it's a global thing. And all the countries I've visited, I didn't go there because I wanted to do business. I went there because they saw what I'm doing as an urban agric farmer, and I was invited. All expenses, all expenses paid, and it can happen to you. I've seen a lot of young people that have joined us, or joined the movement, who are doing amazing things across the world. Somebody just came back from Italy. Somebody came back from Netherlands. Somebody came back from Japan. You can also be part of that movement. So the journey starts with you starting your urban farm. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Ma. You have heard it all, my friends. So that you have no excuse, and then you don't have to walk alone. Very interesting thing is that you don't have to walk alone. Together, somebody can hold your hands and shine the light on your path. Like my colleague said, the best teacher is not experience. You don't have to get into the ditch. You just have to learn. For somebody that's gotten into the ditch, has come out and is thriving now. So reach out to us and let us be able to guide you accordingly. We have created a platform and a community for you to thrive. So with that, I will also ask Paul, do you have some closing words to share before we close the session so that we can go back to a celebration of the day? But while celebrating, ensure that you are growing food. Paul, over to you.
Yes, I would like to ask Saba to share her words because she's a young person that has been growing within the community. Would like the other young people to hear from her experience as well. Then, for me, I just want to appreciate Mrs. Olatoye for what she has done today, inspiring, rejigging our mindset, and for the event that is coming up. And she doesn't have just three supporters because AWI is going to work with her, so she should she should not be mentioning three again. She should be mentioning four. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Paul. So Saba, can you quickly come up?
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you, Ma. And thank you. I want to say a very big thank you to Mrs. Oluwatomi for this great section. I've learned so much. And I just want to say some few things. First and foremost, I would say it's a privilege to be a part of Africa World Initiative for those of us that are just joining the section for the very first time. Have been equipped with the right mindset because that is the first thing that we need to do.
Saba?
And not just that, we
Okay.
have mentors, we have the right tools, the right knowledge that you need to thrive. I can say for a fact, If anyone doesn't succeed in any business he or she is doing, it's just up to the person. It's because you chose, or we chose not to do the right thing. We choose not to take actions towards the things that we're learning. So I want to encourage each and every one of us. For the young people, I'm sure we have young people here. We have young minds that are here, that's learned so much from all that has been said. So please, you have all that it takes. We have all that it takes for us to succeed. We have all it takes for us to thrive in all of our endeavors. So I'm encouraging you and I'm imploring you to come on board into Africa World Initiative. Thank you so much.
I thank you very much, Sabah. So we've heard so much, and the very truth is that if any of us can do it, like I never had agricultural background. In fact, I'm the most fragile person of all. I can't even go into my mom's good pen. My mom loves agriculture anyway, but seeing for huge post-harvest losses every year, push me into creating sustainable solutions for the agri business people, especially women. And then I didn't have to wait for all the things. I only went out from where I was. I started growing and experimenting and reaching out to the people who have gone ahead of me to be able to create the solution that I know that we can create. So if I can do it, if all that are ahead of you can do it, you can also do it no matter your situation. So don't limit yourself. You have all the resources, you have all the support. All of us are sharing out for you to succeed. So ensure that you take your bold step to succeed today. And with that, I will say a very big thank you to all of you. Please give it up for yourself. Can you just appreciate everyone on the call for making it to this wonderful session? It's a very beautiful way to mark the Independence Day. Food security is one of the greatest things that we can give our country. So let us appreciate ourselves, and then you are welcome to the community of those that grows food to feed nations. So you are very much welcome. With that, Mrs. Olatoye, I want to say a very big thank you to all of you and to all my colleagues and to every one of us that have joined the call today. So I want to say to you, enjoy the rest of today's celebration and ensure that you are growing food. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you. Thank you. So if you still have a question or any interaction, you can reach out to us. Thank you, everyone, for joining the call. So bye. Have a wonderful day.